Rogue transmission incoming. Connected.
Welcome to the very first ever Rogue and Blasted podcast. I'm Steve Beck, owner of a commission studio called Rogue Miniatures. This podcast is all about the Warhammer hobby. We take a look at the latest releases, follow the highs and lows of two competitive 40k tournament gamers, share some inside tips from pro painters, show you behind the scenes of a successful commission studio, and potentially have a few laughs along the way. Our members are a cross-section of the hobby, some gamers, some painters. With me this week, I have Matt.
Hello!
Matt is a returning hobbyist, commission painter, and mediocre dice roller who knows just enough lore to be dangerous. We also have James.
Hello, everyone.
James is a former 90s Chaos Fantasy heretic, now reformed Imperial Fist loyalist, and Blasted Miniatures worldwide representative. We've also got Connor.
Hey up!
Connor is a Tau fanatic, Rogue Miniatures loyalist, and proof that railguns can solve most problems. And we also have Dan, our resident tech priest.
Hello.
So to kick off our first ever episode, we are going to have a Would You Rather, but a grim dark edition. So brace yourselves. Here is your Would You Rather. Would you rather only build and paint character models from now on, or only ever work on troops and infantry? James, go.
Well, I'm not really qualified to answer this, but troops and infantry, they're just not as exciting, are they? Not in general. So I would go for characters.
All right. So James is down for the characters. Connor?
I don't know, really. Now, with the troops, right, I have a question. So, you said troops and infantry, right? So,
here we go.
Do you count like a Acadian command squad as this character or an infantry unit?
Oh my goodness. I suppose
Because
it's
there's
mixed,
a lot of
isn't it?
spectrum in there. It is.
Yeah.
It's a,
Okay.
I
So
go
you're
for
already
troops, I
trying to
think.
bend the rules. Is that what
I
you're?
am,
is that
yes.
what- yeah.
You said
okay.
troops and infantry, like there's a difference.
There's always one. There's always
Troops and infantry.
Okay,
Troops and
thanks, Connor.
infantry.
Matt, what's your opinions, Matt?
Well, not to muddy the water further, but it depends. Initially, I was like, I'll take the characters. They've got more going on. You can put more into them. They're more characterful, given that they're characters. But then it's like, well, a lot of the new infantry are really nice. I mean, the new Space Wolves are all quite individual. There's a lot going on. So I don't know. I'll take infantry purely on the basis that it's nice to see an army all together, all big, rather than just a character.
Okay.
A character.
Yeah.
So I think for the grander picture of a whole army together, I'd take the infantry all day.
James, you sound like you're going to change your answer now. You quite like that from Matt, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I didn't think about that.
I mean, this could be the entire
stick
show,
it.
this
No,
one question, if you want.
I'm not being swayed. No. Characters.
Okay. Characters for James. Infantry for Matt. I'm reluctant to come back to Connor, but have you had any more time to time to think about it?
Rough on a friend.
Infantry and troops, because troops
Okay.
is a very vast object.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think with infantry, you can find stuff in the infantry category that scratches the character itch. So yeah, oh, okay, nice. Dan, I'm completely skipping you as our tech priest. Is that all right?
For this question, definitely.
Yeah. Right. Number 2. Would you rather run a Genestealer cult's army or play AdMech? Matt, what are your thoughts?
I have no knowledge of either, but I'd go AdMech because I just like the aesthetic.
Okay. Good a reason as any.
Purely on that basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I find the Genestealers with their weird head thing a bit odd.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I've got to go on.
All right. I can see James looking to the heavens. I think there's a lot of cogs turning in there. What are your thoughts, James?
I think AdMech are a bit nerdy. A bit too nerdy.
We are talking about Warhammer. This is a Warhammer podcast.
No, but even within Warhammer, there are levels.
Okay.
There are levels of nerdness. So
Sounds like you catalogued this.
No, I've put it all. I've put it all up here. AdMech, they're right at the top tier of nerdness.
Okay.
So no.
All right.
Genestealer cults,
Okay.
all the way.
All right.
So you can get those big, beastly, aberrant guys.
Okay. Connor.
You said that then with a bit of you're scared.
I am confirmed.
I'd go Genestealers based on the fact you've got a foot in the door of being a Tyranid player as well.
See,
Half
this is the thing with the
half the army can be used into Tyranids.
thing with these tournament gamers. They're always thinking one step ahead, aren't they? Us painters, we just
they've always
we
got
just,
an angle.
Yeah, we just go with what looks nice.
Yes, and I'd make a dog shit in the game at the moment. So
Good.
Tell us what you really think, Connor, mate.
Yeah. There's our first swear word that we're going to have to bleep out. Okay, good. Dan, any particular strong feelings, or shall we move on?
I mean, as I'm about to start collecting Tyranids, probably go Genestealers.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I'd probably go AdMech. Okay, I quite like them.
Hey,
Yeah, I quite like them.
I do too. I think that would be pretty cool.
And, you know, being a loyal Imperial citizen, I couldn't really say anything else.
I've got a little idea for one, if you don't mind sharing them around.
All right, go on, pitch it. Let's hear it.
Would you rather drop your entire Warhammer collection out of your bedroom window, or get it repainted by your 5-year-old self?
Now, I know what Connor's going to ask. Connor's going to say, what floor is the bedroom window?
he's got a point. He's got a valid point.
Is it your childhood bedroom window, or is it the current bedroom window?
Enough bubble wrap, and you might get away with that.
Right,
How are you
it's
gonna get away with that?
my bedroom window.
Okay.
So you're about three floors up, so it's probably recoverable. But that's a lot of
Is it
work.
concrete?
Well,
or
given most of my
grass
army's still on sprue, I'll drop it out the window.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
Let's, so we've got Matt chucking the sprues out the window, Connor jumping out the window.
all right.
James,
Before we come to everyone for our super serious answer, so qualifiers. So it's off the third floor. It's a fully painted army.
your current collection.
Your current.
Oh,
Okay, right. Matt, I can see you're agonising here. Go.
No, I need another context question.
Oh, good.
Yes.
What is the ground like outside third floor window? Is it
Oh
grass
my
or
God.
tarmac?
It's
it's
a
a valid point.
the car park.
Car park.
I'm going to throw it out the window because Games Workshop plastic bounces quite well. I think it'll probably be all right.
Cool. All
Nothing
right.
that can't be fixed.
Nice.
All right. So the window for Matt. Connor's looking like he's got a cold sweat on. What's your thought on this one, Connor?
It's awful, isn't it? Really.
You've got some fragile models in there, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, it would have to be the window if I could maybe do a bit of bubble wrap first. No. Is it in a
No
case?
bubble
Can I
wrap.
put it in a case at least? Can
No.
I put it in a case?
No.
Carry
No,
case.
it's
Just
got-
carry
got-
case
it's-
out with it. No.
It flies off a tray and
It ain't bouncing. I don't care what you say, Matt. It's not bouncing off a third. You know what? I let the 5-year-old paint it, because worst comes to worst, fucking strip it.
good. Okay, second swear word we're going to have to bleep. Thank you, Connor. You're on.
I thought I would be the
I've
one.
got
Yeah.
a big answer to it, haven't I?
I assumed it would be Matt as well, but you know that's me. You know
See,
my
I'm quite-
prejudice.
That's racist.
It is.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Racism.
Either way, it was one of the Northerners. That's all I'm saying.
He's not a northerner.
Oh, let's not get no, we're not going there. We're not getting started on any of this. Right, James, are you throwing it out the window or are you repainting it? And see, this is interesting, James, because I've seen his painting.
It's going out the window and taking my chances. There's no. I've
You
got to
don't
take
have-
my chances.
You
with the
don't have to
window.
go with the army, James. This is not like a. It's the army. You don't have to follow it down.
Like Titanic, isn't it? I'm going with it.
Go down with my ship.
Okay. I think I'd also have to do the window because you can rebuild, you can repaint, but I wouldn't be able to live with an army that wasn't looking half decent. Anyway, right,
That's what
Dan.
it comes down to, isn't it?
Yeah, vanity. That's what it comes down to.
Vanity, pure vanity.
Yeah.
Nice.
Daniel, Any quick thoughts since this was your question to pitch?
Probably going out the window, to be fair. Because there's
What a
only so
window
much
jump.
like Dettol you can strip. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
That was a
out
good
the
question.
window.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, that got us going. Should we do one more, or are we kind of done with that?
I reckon we do another cheeky one.
I reckon you've got one that you want to say. You
Anyway.
suggested that. You've got one in the bank already.
Who, me or Steve?
Daniel, do you
Go
have
on,
a
Steve.
Space Marine related one? I feel like we need to go.
I do not.
I've got a Space Marine one, if you want it.
Let's do it.
Alright. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, would you rather be a loyalist Space Marine in a Chaos Legion, or,
Okay.
alright,
Okay.
like, you're after the heresy, but you're secretly loyal
You're like,
still,
ooh.
alright? Or,
You're kind of stuck.
or
Yeah.
you're a
I'm
loyalist,
Alfarius.
or you're a loyalist who is secretly a Chaos fanboy, but you can't pick Alpha Legion. Would you rather be a loyalist in a heretic army, or a heretic in a loyalist army?
That's a good one.
We'll go with the diehard Imperial first. We'll go with you, James.
That's hard.
Despite that image I may portray of being a die-hard Imperial, I think I'd rather be the heretic, because you're going to be having fun the whole time, sneaking about,
That's my
actually being
Fun.
chaotic.
Just a bit.
And even if you get found out, you'll have a great time just getting killed. Whereas if you're a loyalist, it's going to be a living nightmare every moment trying to pretend that you're a heretic. So yeah.
Yeah, cause,
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I agree, Tyler. I think you could be quite, just in among all the loyalists, just casually dropping grenades and things and just pretending it wasn't you. That's the third rhino that's blown up this week.
Yeah.
So essentially saying
Infecting people
heretics
with a
have more fun.
virus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Matt. What would you do, Matt? Yeah.
Same. I think I'd be a heretic surrounded by loyalists, just causing mass shenanigans for the crack. And everybody's so loyal they wouldn't suspect a thing. They would
Sorry, I dumped out when just as Connor started his Would You Rather. Let's go.
Right. The question was: would you rather be a Chaos Space Marine in a loyalist army, or a loyal Space Marine in a Chaos army?
Oh, okay. Let me have a quick think about
and
You
and
can't
we were
pick
all in
Alpha
agreement.
Legion.
So-
Yes, we are all in agreement.
Yeah, you
yes.
can't pick Alpha Legion.
Can't pick
Are
Alpha,
you?
because that's a loophole.
that. I think I would have to be a Chaos Marine in Imperial Army.
Yeah, that's what we said.
That's what we all picked. Can have more fun.
Well, my rationale, I don't know what everyone else, my rationale was if you're Imperial Space Marine in a Chaos Army, they're going to do all sorts of horrible things to you, aren't they? There's a lot of torture and shenanigans coming your way, but if
I'd
you're...
say,
Oh no,
I'd say there's a lot of torture for the loyalists, to be fair, as well. I'm not exactly known for being nice.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like eternally damned in the warp kind of bad, is it?
It seems less focused torture and more just accidental torture. Something bad will happen to you, but you're less likely to be singled out, maybe.
Yes.
All right, cool.
We all just thought it'd be more fun.
Oh,
yeah, just to be that secret Chaos Marine and just messing
Cause
stuff
a
up.
mischief.
so,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you wouldn't be like outed, so to speak.
No, you're-
Okay,
no,
that puts
No,
you-
no, you're like an infiltrator.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've just suddenly
yeah, because you could
you're
just
in the wrong crowd.
you could do terrible things like pee in the coffee and stuff.
Release some virus or something. Yeah.
Pee in the coffee.
Pee in the coffee. That's damn.
I mean, Space Marines don't drink coffee, do they? So anyway, maybe they do. Who knows?
Bit of wine. A bit of wine.
Well, if you're a
Was it
space
Mjolnir?
wolf, you
Is it
definitely
Mjolnir
drink.
the Space Marines drink.
But they wouldn't drink wine, would they? Mead.
No, they drink. I think it's called Mjold. It's not mead. It's Mjold, I think. So it's pretty strong. It's the only thing that Space Marines can get drunk on because we're real Space Marines.
We are real. Yeah, okay.
We.
Yes. Sorry.
I just
Christ.
had this minor detour here. Sorry, I just thought back to, this is probably a very, very old White Dwarf article, where they were talking about junior space wolves in like some big like drinking hall. And the game was to allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the alcohol. And that was how you won. You win by passing out first, because anyway.
That sounds
Does
right. I think so, because I've read a lot of the actual books, and some of the stuff they talk about is a bit mad. Like, it's just they get absolutely wrecked every opportunity.
Yeah. Space wolves.
It does sound quite just British in general, that, to be fair.
I suppose.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
kind
night
of
out
does.
in Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that was a good little round of Grimdark, Would You Rather. So, next up, we're just going to come to each of you, and you can tell me what your week, hobby-wise, has been, and what you've been up to. So let's kick it off. Since you've been away for a little while, Matt, let's hear from you.
I mean, this has been an incredibly busy week, and I can't believe I'm only just back. So this week there's been a lot of hobby going on. We have started on some new commissions with yourself, Steve. Some nice head takers, custom scheme, and also another Magnus has landed on the desk, which has been quite good to get something a bit more fine detail, because I've been doing a lot of army painting, so it's quite nice to actually pivot back to the more precision stuff. So I'm quite looking forward to get started on that. I then had a full-size Space Marine helmet drop on my desk on Wednesday afternoon that had to be done for Saturday morning, so that was fun.
Oh, wow. Quick turnaround.
Yeah, it was, but it was quite fun to do. I think I'm quite looking forward to doing another one, actually.
So hopefully we can get a
and then
picture of
I've
that
just
up on when we edit, because that's a really cool piece you
I've
did.
got
Yeah,
pictures,
that's
we can do
great.
that. Yeah. And then I've also just been starting to work on my own. With the new Space Wolf release, I've started a whole new kind of Space Wolf army. Originally, I had gone down quite a grimdark way. I've now kind of pivoted and gone a bit cleaner. So I've started on the Grey Hunters and the Rune Priest of my own stuff this week as well. I think that's about it. So yeah, quite busy.
So with the helmet, so I assume you've not painted anything that scale before. So what was there anything? Did you use airbrush?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, all airbrush. It was quite good. Given the scale of it, it's quite easy to blast through it. I did do some masking just to try and speed it up, but for the most part, but very similar techniques. So sort of zenithal contrasts. It was surprising actually how easy in some ways it was. It was just applied the same techniques I would do any other helmet, just on big scale.
Nice.
But it actually came out quite nice in the end. It was quite good fun.
Yeah, it looks really good, especially how quickly you had to do it.
Yeah. I think I only spent maybe 3 or 4 hours on it all in.
Yeah.
I think
That's good.
It was already primed and already had a coat on it, and I just kind of tidied up the base coat, and then just laid down a kind of quite a high zenithal, and then contrast paint to get it really pink because it was a bit fleshy and wanted pinker, and then masked off the trim and just sprayed it. And it was quite quick. No.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. James, is that a question?
Questions?
Question from James.
Yes, James.
What is an airbrush?
Well, no, that is kind of the question, because what I was going to say. Now look, I was going to say don't laugh, but you can all laugh in a moment. I'll tell the story. So I started to get back into the hobby and heard people talking about this airbrushing thing. So I was thinking, what is airbrushing? Because I'm pretty sure that never existed back in the 90s. So the only concept of an airbrush I had in my head were those things you had at school where you had like a jar of paint and you dipped one end like a straw in the jar and the other end was in your mouth.
Well, James.
And but as you blew...
Was that a feather?
We had quills as well. As you blew, the paint would go flying out, and you'd airbrush like a t-shirt or a piece of cloth or something. And I was thinking, how the hell are people airbrushing little miniatures with one of these things?
I mean, effectively the concept's not much different, to be fair.
Yeah. Just a bit refined. Nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much. Instead of you manually blowing, mind the phrasing. Yeah, you just have like a small compressor. Everything's sort of scaled down a little bit, I suppose. You have very precise needle point, 0.3 millimeters.
Two.
Yeah.
I use a 0.2.
And yeah, it's just a lot more refined, and it's gravity. I'm probably going a bit too in detail, but it's gravity fed. So where you were blowing before, it was lifting the paint up into the airflow. So now that the paint is in a small cup above and slowly filters out. Practically, there's no difference really. But yeah, that must have been quite confusing. Yeah. Were you a bit concerned then when I said, I was going to start airbrushing your army? Did you think,
No, I'd already looked up what airbrushing was beforehand because I thought this can't be right. People can't be doing this. Okay, I get it now. I get it.
It's a point though, James, because like when I came back, I'm not as old as you, my friend, but I'm still old. And I remember I did a lot during the 90s, and it was painting straight out of the pot. There was no such. I never heard of a wet palette. Nobody used airbrushing. And when I came back, I immediately just went back to it, just straight out of the pot. And then like, and then you think, wet palette? What's a wet palette? And then it's like, it's moved on so much.
Yeah,
I
it sounds like
realize it really has moved so quick.
Yeah.
But I can't be without my airbrush. It's my go-to for everything.
Yeah, essential bit of kit.
Yeah.
How much space have these airbrushes taken up when you're using them? 'Cause I love the idea of getting one, but still living like a flat at the top of a building.
Well,
is it doable?
I don't know. I had until recently. I bought one off Amazon, and it literally was the compressor was that size.
Okay.
And it was that thick.
Yeah.
And it was tiny, and it was really quiet because he's got. What is that?
So for context, Steve was holding up like a briefcase size.
A briefcase.
Come on.
So mine was quite small. It was quite small, and it was a great little workhorse, and I've only just recently upgraded it. Not as big as Steve's, but again, it's not massive. It's not overly loud because I paint, and we're all open plan. I paint the back of the kitchen, so my wife can still watch TV, and it's not too loud. So
Not
no,
choking on
they don't
fumes or
take up
anything.
a massive space. No, that's fine. Just hold your breath.
For anyone listening, we 100% recommend some appropriate PPE whilst you're airbrushing.
Yes.
A couple of seconds to realise that was a joke. I was like, I can hold my breath.
Quite a few people that I've seen have like dehumidifiers, with the that has a cool sort of mist come out of it. That helps apparently.
Yeah, I have a mask for if I'm spraying enamels and stuff. I'll wear a mask. But if it's just a bit of Zenithal, you're painting the fumes are there, so it's not too bad because you're not using it excessively. But any big sprays, I'll just slip a mask on and open the back door.
Okay, interesting.
That's how we lost his hair.
Probably the thing that takes up the most.
Oh no, that was the children. True story.
Okay, cool, nice.
Thanks, Matt. Let's go to James. I imagine you've been doing lots of airbrushing this week too, James.
Hairbrushing, a little bit of hairbrushing, perhaps. No airbrushing.
Show off.
Well,
That was a horrible dig.
because I've been very excited, hoping that the army might be arriving soon, I thought I need to get all the little bits and bobs and the funny little things like these little wound countery type things and that sort of stuff. Went to my local hobby shop and surprised they don't stock any of this type of thing. There's nothing like that really. Yeah, and I kind of get it that I suppose you buy those things once, you don't go back and repeat buy that type of stuff, do you? But I was still surprised they didn't have it. So I ended up going on Etsy and buying various bits and bobs, like these little measuring gizmos. Seemed like a good idea. Yeah, for various different bits and pieces. Some jangly dice in obviously yellow and black colours, obviously. Very appropriate.
Nice.
Yeah, I've just been kind of getting my little bits and bobs together, but I was quite surprised that it doesn't. I thought Games Workshop would have this locked down. Yeah, all of these kind of, like Connor's got there, all of these sort of measuring type things, wound things. I thought they'd have loads and loads of options themselves to corner that market, but it seems they've completely left that alone, and lots and lots of independent people, small scale, tend to make these things. And even people in the shop said, look, go on Etsy and have a look at what you can find.
That is.
So I guess it's nice to support little people.
It's very strange. I agree. I don't know why, but then you have people that do things that Games Workshop don't have, and if they try and put any sort of Watercare branding on it, they will get copyrighted to the ground.
Shut down, yeah.
So I don't get it. If they don't want to make it themselves, they're having to go at people that make it for them. Yeah. It's very strange. I do agree. They don't do many accessories. They don't. They only have one tape measure. I don't get it. Why not make
all
a
the
tape
stuff
measure of every faction on? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Storage boxes, all of that kind of thing. I'd have thought they would completely corner the market, but they haven't. And it's nice in some ways because it gives these other people a chance to do some small-scale manufacturing and make a few bucks on the side, I guess.
It's more surprising as well, given that they have, with the painting and building side of it, they really have tried to fill those gaps. So you can buy, like you stated, a water cup to paint. You can buy like all the kind of little hobby accessories like clippers and brushes and stuff like that, obviously. So they've really tried, on the painting side of it, they really tried to fill those gaps. So it is, it's surprising when you think, well, actually, probably, I was going to say maybe the gaming is the biggest side of the hobby, but that's probably not true, is it?
Could it be just the fact that it just doesn't sell particularly well for them specifically? Because I feel like
maybe.
If they sense there's a market, they'd probably make the most of it.
I'll agree and disagree, right? Because every faction that comes out has its own set of dice, doesn't it? Right? And they sell out
that's true.
in days. You try and get some of the Tau dice that came out this edition. You're going to cost you. You can't buy it.
I'm alright.
I would want that. I actually do have a set.
They only made 3 sets. 3 sets, that's all they made.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't just get one set of them out because there's only like 12 in a pack. But they sell out instantly. They do. So if people are willing to pay the dice, why not wound markers? Why not Tyranid custom wound markers when they come out? They can all be the same sort of style, but with their own emblems on them. They'd sell out because you're always going to need wound markers throughout editions, aren't you? They're not going to change.
See, that's the thing about wound markers. I find them quite clunky. I just stick a dice on the. I just find using a dice so much easier. So I've got a set of like D&D dice I use for wound marking because
like
you can
D20s.
just tuck it on. Yeah, exactly. And because I thought, I'm going to get some wound markers, but it's like, do I really need them?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
A lot. It's because the dice can easily be moved, can't it? That's the thing. You can actually, when you're moving your model, you actually swap your dice. Like I have the similar stuff. That can't be. That can't. If you flip that, I'm not sure it renders in. You can't.
Yeah, it's not going to change.
It's not going to change.
What is that, Connor?
It looks better as well. It's, sorry. There you go. So
just explain it just for someone who's if
Well,
there's
the
no
little
video.
rotating wound.
It's a great bit of plastic. 2 bits. It's a circle with a tower emblem on mine, obviously, because why wouldn't you? Mine goes 1 to 12, and it's a flat piece. Even if you throw it up in the air and down, realistically that number's not changing. It's and it looks pretty as well. Like I don't like using just dice because it's so easy to accidentally knock them and stuff, especially in the competitive scene, anyways.
Yeah, I think if I'd had the dice, I'd have just used the dice, but because I'm starting from scratch and don't have anything, I thought I might as well buy these things.
Why not?
Yeah.
So is there anything so you've gone out and got a bunch of the stuff you need for context, especially for non-players like I wouldn't know. Like, well, how much stuff did you need to get?
But it does kind of add up. I mean, well, actually, all you really need measuring-wise is a tape measure, isn't it? But these little kind of widgets and gizmos just make it that much easier. So obviously you've got 3 inches, an inch on there, 6 inches, 9 inches for deep strike, that kind of thing. It just makes it a little bit faster and easier, and there's that little bit less argument, isn't there? If someone's half balancing a tape measure, and it's already like 6 inches off the ground, it's coming down at a funny angle, and it's a pivotal moment of the game, and someone said, oh, it's within 7, and someone said, no, it's not, it's out of 7. With these little widgets, it kind of takes that ambiguity out of it, doesn't it? It's just, there you go. It doesn't fit, so it must be more than less than 6 inches, for instance, or whatever it might be. So I think they just help in game settle those little arguments.
How much more stuff do you need to get, or do you think you're pretty covered?
I think I'm pretty much there.
All you need is an army to play
stuff
with.
I'm sure. All I need is some minis. I need some miniatures.
But
Bastard.
For context to anyone that hasn't.
Crack the whip now.
So yeah, no
Yeah,
context.
Hurry up, Stephen.
Yeah. For context, I am currently painting James's army, which I would add has been an extremely fast turnaround and highly professional service. But yeah, that will be with you. I reckon 3 weeks' time you'll have these in your possession.
Does that mean it's already on its way, or?
That's exciting.
No, but
Okay.
it's literally just finishing. It's basically done. It's really cool, and I'm not going to show you, James, but it's
That's
sat on the
awesome.
desk.
That's
Sat on the
awesome.
desk right next to me. As was it 2,000
That's
points
wild.
of Imperial Fist?
Yeah.
It's,
It was all yellow.
yeah.
Has he just got 2,000 points, or is there slightly more? Because imagine if he gets an FAQ update, he hasn't got enough points.
No, there's potential for it to be more. There's
There's a little
potential
bit
for
more.
it to
Yeah.
be more.
That's all right, because that would be
Yeah.
horrible. That
It
that
does
would be
look like
horrible.
more than 2,000 points.
There's a bit of wiggle room.
Oh, just short.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cool. All right. Thanks, James. And so now, last but not least,
Ironically, I've actually been doing more hobby stuff this week than gaming stuff this week. I know. I had a little. I'll show for the rest. I had a little pack of Victrix medieval knights that I want to get done up for some D&D stuff in a few months' time.
Oh,
I'm not
nice.
sure it won't render in. I don't know why. Maybe it will. I don't know. There we go. Couple of. It's alright. There we go. Yes. Couple of little crossbowmen. I don't know why. I just fancied a little bit of painting for a change. I got jealous of all the pictures Matt was putting in the chat, and I wanted to paint. So there you go. I painted 7 guys.
Oh, could have inspired you.
You have, but nowhere near as good as anything possibly. I just picked
nonsense.
black
Doesn't
and
matter.
silver and washed it. There you go.
did you enjoy it
silver.
as a bit of a switch
I
up,
did.
bit of
It
a
was
change up?
alright. It is. Square bases, I kind of prefer them in a way
Okay.
to square. I don't know why. Than circular bases. It's quite nice. Yeah. I also read a book as well. I also read a Tau book that came out recently called Elemental Council, which was very good.
Hello.
Good going in 1 week.
Yeah. Tell us about the.
It's kind of strange. It's like this. You know how the Tau have like castes. If you don't know about it, there's like 4 castes. You got the builders, the scientists, the warriors, the diplomats, and the pilots as well. There's another one as well, so there's 5. So there's actually one of each caste, an ethereal, which is the 6th caste, and they go off and do. There's like a specialised group made to like dealing with certain tasks and uprising, rebellions on this distant planet, and it's really, really good. It goes in depth and it shows the inner workings of the Tau that no book is. There's all the Farsight books, which are really cool. This shows more of the inner workings of the whole thing. There's even a crew randomly thrown in as well, which is really cool. The hardest thing is I tried to read it, right, and I gave up after the 2 chapters, and I e-booked it instead because I cannot pronounce 90% of those names. It's like
Can we get some examples, Connor?
It's like Quali Tuk or something like that. It's all loads of hyphens and stuff. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I got them lost. So I e-booked it the rest of the way, which is much easier to listen to.
Oh, as in the audiobook.
Yes, I had it on my Kindle. Tried to read it, but if you have it on your Amazon Kindle, you can also e-book it. It won't cost you any more. So I e-booked it, sorry, and then I audio-booked it because I couldn't read the names. I just couldn't do it. My head blew up.
So I know from our previous chat, you've read quite a lot of the Tau novels. Is there one, if there was someone that wanted to kind of get into that, is there a particular one that you would recommend getting started?
To be fair, the one that I read, the Elemental Council, gives you a really in-depth look of the Tau itself, rather than just Farsight. It's really only 2. There's the Elemental Council or there's the Farsight trilogy. But this gives you a good cornerstone to know what the Tau are about, and then you go into the Farsight trilogy. It's really good.
Right. Dan, got anything that you wanted to...
Yeah, nothing too exciting. Basically found the Leviathan box on eBay for the Tyranid so I'm just going to get that. It's just basically building up the courage to actually hit buy.
Right.
Do
and
it.
now I'm also
it.
checking out. At the exact same time, I'm now in the background looking at starter air paint. sorry, I can't talk today. Starter airbrushes at the same time. Since you two were like, oh, you can get away with it in a flat. Just hold your breath. Looking like sort of 60, 70 quid. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that'll get you started. And then
Yeah.
I still use a cheap airbrush. Like I think mine's a £15 one off Temu.
Oh,
And
really?
it's fine. I'm going to probably upgrade to a proper maybe Steinbeck one later this year. But
Yeah.
it's fine. I do a lot with it.
I think if I can slum it with a £15 one, that sounds perfect. Especially for Tyranids, because I've got a feeling it's just going to be a lot of troops being painted for that.
It just
and,
depends.
that just made life a lot easier.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. It just depends what you are wanting. Like the cheaper airbrushes are fine if you're just doing base coats and like maybe a little zenithal. Like honestly, yeah, you really don't need to spend much at all.
So I think it would be potentially Tyranids just trying to get like really organic sort of colours, so black flowing into sort of like a red, rather than just like if you go with the normal typical painting style from like the box art, it's a really hard cut between the
you want that gradient.
the arm and the inside. I want to have a bit more of that gradient. And I've tried doing it by hand or dry brushing a million times, and it's just never quite worked. So I feel like getting an airbrush will just let me get that initial colour down.
You'll get it done, no bother.
Nice. So. All right, I think I managed to talk myself into spending basically 100 quid on, the space of like 5 minutes.
It's dead easy, just...
What colour scheme have you decided on?
Yes, we were talking about it last time.
It's the 3rd edition cover codex. I absolutely love it. I'm trying to share my screen, which was working earlier on and now doesn't appear to be.
When Connor says we were talking about it last time, he's definitely not referring to our pilot episode that we couldn't release due to technical issues.
Yes, not that one.
Not at all.
That never existed.
That never happened.
Is that
much.
Damn it, it's not letting me share. But I will, stick something on the chat. For the people at home, it's that 3rd edition codex where they're sort of like black with red fleshy parts at the elbows and white faces. Which, when you describe a Tyranid paint colour, never really sounds that great, but when you actually see it,
I think
it
I put it
does
in
look
our
quite cool.
Discord pod for the rest of
Yeah,
the
that's
guy.
nice. I like
I
that.
think it looks nice,
and
it is.
I feel like that's where the airbrush would come in real handy, getting those sort of like that gradients between the bits,
You'll
rather
rattle
than just
through
that hard cut.
Yeah.
Have you worked out your army list yet?
Yes, it's everything that comes in the Leviathan box.
Well, you know what? It's a good place to start.
Yeah,
It's a good
absolutely.
box. It's a good
army.
army.
What's in it?
Loads of stuff.
So I think it's the Screamer Killer, the Leapers, lot of Gaunts, the
the
Neurothrope.
The old
is
brain
it a
bug is
Tyranid
in
Prime?
there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not too keen on that one, if I'm honest. The one with the big fat ass.
The one with the big fat ass. Love it.
No, I think that's a different one.
Oh, it's the neurophage she's on about.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The Screamer Killer, the old school looking card effects, that looks amazing. It definitely feels like it's pulled straight from 2nd edition.
Well, Sparkons are really good as well.
Nice, awesome, Dan. Well, yeah, we'll look forward to some more updates on when you do click buy it now.
Nice.
So yeah, my week really has been painting Imperial fists. Yeah. So yeah, in amongst running rogue miniatures, which obviously takes up a good chunk of my time. I do try and fit in a bit of painting. Yeah, so really with the Imperial fists this week, and I have learnt a key lesson, which I'll share with you in a minute. But I was debating about, because James, you had no preference on basing, so I put the vote on how to base it out on our Instagram, and people spoke, and so it was a Martian basing, which is really cool because it contrasts the yellow nicely, that sort of dark sort of browny red, and you can get some really nice effects with the powders and stuff. So I had a table full of pretty much complete models, and then took this weathering powder, which you just sort of dab on the base and around the feet, and it connects the model to the base and just ties all the look together. What I didn't really think about was the fact that powder gets everywhere, and when you are doing, I lost the head count for the models, but what are we talking, 60? No, it's probably more.
Yeah, no, that's about right, I think.
Yeah, a lot of models, and you are powdering the base of it. that powder gets everywhere. So what I should have done is have some sort of containment method or put something down. As it was, there was a lot of and also it gets airborne after a while. Doing it like that, if you're dabbing it gets airborne.
Yeah.
So a little kind of warning to anyone out there. Maybe get like
I think
a
that's
little
why I
mark if you're
prefer.
doing
Yeah, I prefer the liquid pigments for that very reason. You get the same effect,
that.
but you don't get any of the mess.
Yeah.
So it's that's why I'm shied away from the powders, because it's just like
The reason. So I must admit, I've never really used the liquid pigments because in my head, or liquid powders, pigment plus liquid is paint. And so,
but it dries dusty. It looks dusty like the powder.
Yeah, so I definitely need to get some. I definitely need to give some of that, give it a try. And I must admit, I've never tried them, so I think it was a little bit of like, stick with what you know when it's something like larger scale, because I didn't want to get halfway through and think, I'm not sure about this. Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, did any of you use the when I started painting my tower, I used the old texture paints back in the day. It turns out they don't make the one I used my army with anymore, so if I wanted to touch it up, I can't do that now. It's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, I got told the snowy one was quite good, or was it a load of shite?
I've never used it.
Never used the texture paints?
No.
Nobody used the texture paints?
A key when I first came back to the hobby, I used a couple of the basic texture paints. The problem that I found is it's not very good value for money. That was the main reason I stopped using it. So you can get the equivalent, Games Workshop, but for the equivalent price of one of those smaller tubs, you can get maybe 10 times the amount from another reputable supplier. Yeah, you come in like a huge. I've not got any here, but you come in like a huge pot, and that could do like multiple armies. And the advantage of some of them is you can actually add some paint as well, so it kind of acts as like a base layer, so you don't have to do the paste and then paint. But having said that, if you're just doing like basic tabletop finish, some of those texture paints were really good. Like the Martian, is it Iron Ore, Iron Crust was quite good. I used that for a minute. But not convenient if they then discontinue it. But I'm sure you can find something similar.
Yeah.
Matt, you were saying with the liquid pigment.
Sorry, yeah. What I like about them is how because they run, and they'll run into the recesses. So when you clean them up, you get that collection of dust in that little bit. If I was walking in a dusty environment, it would collect in that little scoop.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you quite often can achieve with the powders. It runs like an oil.
Yeah.
Into all the little recesses, and I just find it works really well. But I use the rust one for Martian, but I also use it for rust as well. It just works for both really well.
Yeah.
With a nice undercoat on the base as well. If you give it like a nice deep red undercoat, like a rusty red undercoat, and when you apply it on top, it just works so nice, so quick, and just looks amazing. I love it.
Which one do you use? I might have to get some.
AK standard rust.
Nice. Okay.
They've got a range of different rust, but I use the standard rust one, which is really red.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing a base, I use the AK hull red over the base first, and then I just apply it straight on top.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I give it a little dry brush with dark brown at the end, and that's it.
Yeah. So
Easy
with the
peasy.
powders, you can get that recess effect. It's probably not quite as pronounced, but you do get it. It does kind of settle into the cracks. And the little trick, if you want to tidy it up, so to speak, afterwards, you can either use a little bit of blue tack and just use that almost like a brush, and it picks it off the very edges, or you can just like use a brush with no paint, just kind of flick it over.
Left like it off. Okay.
The downside of that is more airborne dust, more mess, etc., etc. So I think liquid pigments are probably going to be the way forward, to be honest.
No, I like them. I like them a lot.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks very much for listening along to our first ever episode of Rogue and Blasted. Appreciate you joining us, and tune in for the next episodes as well. We've got plenty more coming, lots more hobby chats for you. So just quickly before we go, James, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at blasted.miniatures.james.
And also, you can follow my blog. It's basically just me rambling about my descent back into 40k, and I'll keep rambling whether anyone reads it or not. I'll just keep on going. And the blog is on the blastedminiatures.com website. It's the 40k Warmaster blog there.
Happy days. Thank you. How about you, Matt?
You can get me on Instagram on old.barg, B-A-R-G-R.
Thanks. Connor?
Yes, you can find me at Instagram at Collins_Cadre_command. It's just the name of my name, basically, and a lot of towel stuff, lots of artists, great stuff there. You can also find me at the Rogue Miniatures website as well, under the Rogue Fireblade blog, if you want to get an insight of the inner workings of a Tau army, and maybe some other stuff as well to come. So keep an eye out there.
Nice. Brilliant. Thanks very much, and goodbye from us.
See you later.
Cheers.
Rogue transmission ending.